What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm so excited that you guys are here, and I have some news. I've been away from YouTube for about, I would say, 2 to 3 months. The reason for that is zero passion for YouTube. Really had no content, didn't know what I wanted this channel to focus on, and yeah, just wasn't in the right mindset to do YouTube videos. However, I found deep inside a flame that was initially there when I first started my YouTube channel, because it is something that I've wanted to do for so many years, yet I never did it. And now that I finally have a channel, I should use it to display what I want you guys to learn from me, learn from my mistakes. And also, I really find YouTube as some sort of therapy where, you know, people go to a therapist to talk about their problems and they need someone to listen to them. I like to do my therapy on YouTube, where I like to just talk about what I'm going through, and then I like listening to people's comments. And then really what I want out of this and out of my videos is to really help someone that may be going through the same thing. So as you can see in the title of this video, I'm going to talk about really finding who you are, as like, who am I? Now, this is not some sort of yogi, or like we're not going to meditate and all the other stuff that people do. This is some sort of just self-evaluation that I think a lot of us don't do enough of. As humans, we avoid challenges. We avoid asking ourselves too many questions because we don't want to know the answers. So I decided to put myself out here, answer some questions about myself that I maybe have been avoiding, or that I really just didn't want to know the truth because it would hurt me. And I hope this helps you, because I think when you're starting your journey to finding yourself, I think the first thing is really trying to understand who you are as a person and looking down inside. Because a lot of the times what I've noticed, even for myself, I would say at times, is I think that I want something specifically, and I wanted to go to school and do this degree, or I wanted this specific job, I wanted to get married to this person, etc. By the way, I'm not using my own personal life as this example, but I'm saying in general, we tend to do things that we think we wanted, but in reality, it was the influence of other people's opinion and the influence of other people as to what they wanted us to do. So then here we end up being a banker or a nurse, and you're unhappy. You're like, this is not really what I want to do. But, you know, I went through 4 or 5 years of schooling for this, and it was maybe because people were cheering you on, or because people said that, you know, being a nurse was the best thing that you could possibly do, etc. So I'm kind of going through something similar, not in the sense that I regret being an engineer, and not in the sense that I regret working for an oil and gas service company. None of that. I am very happy with the choices that I've made in life so far. I'm happy with my career, etc. But, you know, there is always a doubt in my mind where I question myself as to, is this really what you want to do? And I'm sure 99% of the people who are watching this video probably have had those similar questions. Like, do I want to be a teacher? Why am I a teacher? Why am I a doctor? Do I really actually like listening to patients in an office? You know, am I really an engineer? Is that what I was meant to do? Or do I like fashion? Do I want to design clothes instead of designing bridges, right? Like, I think we all choose a specific career at such an early age in our lives that I think a lot of the times we don't really know what we were getting ourselves into. And I think a lot of the times we regret those decisions. So bear with me on this video. I want to do another 4 or 5 videos and kind of make my channel towards really self-reflection and trying to find yourself as a person. So I'm going to start with myself. So here are some questions that I ask myself almost every day, and I would say for the last couple of years, maybe 2-3 years. How happy am I waking up in the morning on like a scale of 1 to 10? Am I ecstatic? I can't wait to go to work? Or is it some sort of like dragging my feet, like, oh, I don't really feel like doing this today? Okay, I'm not answering them yet. These are just questions. Second, is this really what I wanted my life to turn out? When I was 5-10 years old and I was thinking of the future, is this where I saw myself? How am I doing on my expectations in life? You know, at 28 years old, Did I want to be at a specific, you know, senior role? Was I expecting to have X amount of houses? Was I expecting to have a bought house fully paid? I mean, obviously 28 years old seems a little excessive to have a fully house paid, but hey, I've seen that. But I'm just saying, like, where am I on the ranks of the goals that I had in mind for myself? And I evaluate that. Am I doing better than I thought, or am I doing worse than I thought? I think some people may think you're very critical with yourself because I'm doing a lot better than most 28 years old. But I think I am someone who's always striving for not perfection, because I'm not someone who wants things to be perfect. I can work around things not being perfect. I don't concentrate and focus on perfection, but I do focus on trying to beat that and beat that and that. So if I have X amount of houses, by the next year I want another house. Why? I don't know. I just want to beat the other houses. I'm just someone who's very competitive, not just with my peers, but with myself. I always want to outbeat myself. So that is a challenge that I have, because I'm always questioning, not in a way that I'm not grateful, but I'm always questioning, like, what better can I do? How much harder can I work? Etc. So that's another question. A fourth question that I always ask myself is, if it was really easy to do whatever you wanted and money wasn't a barrier, what would you be doing today? Right? I think a lot of us, if I were to ask you that question, we wouldn't be doing what we are doing today. Or maybe if you are doing exactly what you dreamed of doing, I want to get to that. So congratulations, you have literally found the key to success in life, is being grateful and happy and enjoying what you do every day. And the way I see it is, what would I do with my life right now? What job would I have, or what career would I have if they weren't paying me? What would I do for free? That should tell you how much you would enjoy doing something if they're not paying you. So I would say in the last 5 years, if I would ask myself that question, why, I don't really know. I would say I want to own a coffee shop and sell bagels and muffins and coffee. I want to have a cool coffee shop where you can bring your dog and have the best coffee ever, and you can meet your friends, kind of like Starbucks, but just like a more version of myself, I guess, like a coffee shop that represents me and how I like to have coffee and have friends over and dogs everywhere. And yeah, that is, I guess that I would say that is one of my dreams. And the reason why I question myself is, why haven't I done that? Why haven't I given up my career, put money aside, and started a coffee shop? I don't know. And I think this is why I wanted to make these videos, is because I'm trying to understand how we think as humans, or why we're so scared of going after what we want. And I think it takes a specific person to go after what they want, and that's what you call being an entrepreneur. And a successful entrepreneur is someone who knew exactly what they wanted, and they didn't see the obstacles, or if they did, they didn't focus on it, and they just got to their want. While as a lot of us, and I'm including myself, is we see the reasons why we can't do it. Oh, I don't have enough money. I don't like risk. Maybe I should do it in 2-3 years. We postpone things and we beat around the bush before we get what we want. So I'm 28 years old, and I'm thinking, like, if there is ever a time for me to do anything, it would be now, because I don't have a lot of responsibility. I don't have kids. I have a husband, but he's pretty supportive. If anything, he's the one that's been pushing me more and more to do something that I enjoy. Now, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy my job. So that's, I think, where the challenge comes, is so far I've enjoyed my job. I like going to work. I've had a lot of fun. It's challenging. I'm always learning. The money has been amazing. Money that I would have never made in the 20s in any other industry. So I think it's a lot harder when you are pretty content with your current job, right? I think a lot of times people start businesses or leave their current job to do something amazing when they're extremely unhappy and they needed to get out of this in order to just even like be okay with themselves and be happy. So that was kind of where the challenge was, is I actually did enjoy my job in the field. I liked, you know, the craziness and the challenges, and I liked the money. It's hard to give up the salary that I was getting to start a coffee shop that maybe I wasn't going to make the same amount of money. So yes, would I be happy every morning waking up, going to my coffee shop, and yay, like I'm doing what I want, but then I have like this big financial debt that is bringing me down because now I'm stressed over money and I'm stressed about my business. So it's hard. It's hard, believe me. I mean, I know you know, because I'm sure you are relating to me on all sorts of levels. But what I wanted to do with these videos is, I think just talking it out has helped me in the sense that I'm trying to understand why I've done several things. But then I'm discovering that what I did wasn't that stupid. I mean, I worked for a really good company and I made a ton of money, and I invested that money in real estate. I own 4 houses at 28 years old. So I know I could be hard on myself and said I've never started this one coffee shop that I want to do, but I've done other great things throughout the 4 or 5 years that I've been working. And hey, I can maybe start my coffee shop in a couple of years. Why don't I do it today? That's another question I ask myself. Why not just actually do it? Why don't you just start? And what's weird is I am someone who usually tells people, you know, get outside of your box, you know, get out of your comfort zone. That's the only way you're going to succeed, and that's the only way you're going to get what you want. But then when it comes to me, I'm reserved. I'm scared. I'm more comfortable with like my current job, where I know I get a paycheck every 2 weeks. So I think I have a lot of growing to do. I have a lot of self-evaluation to do, and really look deep down. Do you really want a coffee shop? Because a lot of the times when my husband, for example, would ask me several things on things that I've wanted. Oh, I want this specifically. I want to study. I want to be a dentist is what I used to say. And when people would really ask me, okay, like, why do you want to be a dentist? I never had an answer. And I think I'm that type of person where sometimes I make these judgments of things that I want, but they're not backed up by anything. So yes, I want a coffee shop, but why do I want a coffee shop? Because I like coffee. I worked at Starbucks. I think it's going to make me happy to have customers. I don't know. You know, like even now just thinking, I really don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I think it's hard to find your purpose in life. I think it's hard to find what you're good at. What is your next challenge? I don't even know where this video is going. I'm just rumbling around trying to find my reason.